So what's up, you guys? We are back. As I said in the last video, this is gonna be a series. So this is gonna be how to build credit. That's how to start credit. These two videos are two different. So how to build credit. So you already got your you already have your credit card or your secure credit card established. So now you want to build your credit. So when you're building your credit, you want to make sure you're doing the factors right. So you get the secure card, or say you have a regular credit card. We're talking about a credit card now. Say you got a credit card with Discover or anybody else. $1,500 for the credit line. So say you get $1,500. The best idea is not to. A lot of people be like, "Oh, I can use up to $1,500." No, you can't use up to $1,500. You can only use that amount to keep it under the 30% utilization. Because anytime you go above that 30%, I talk about utilization a lot, but anytime you go above the 30%, your credit's gonna significantly drop. The company average for lenders to keep it under 30%. And me personally, I like to keep it under 8%, but a lot of people don't want to do that. But I do recommend keeping it under 9%, 8%, same thing. And then all you have to do for that is divide that amount you're trying to use. Yeah, so you will be basically dividing the number you're trying to use to your credit limit. So say if you're trying to use 100 and your credit limit is 1,500. I recommend using 100 or less, honestly, until that credit limit goes up, because then you're keeping it under that 6% utilization rate. That's that part. So you always want to, utilization is a big factor because that carries a certain percentage on your credit. I can pull that up. So yeah, that holds up 30% of your credit score. So it goes off accounts with balances and then revolving utilization. That's with all your credit cards, loans, etc. So that's 30% of your credit score. So moving on, hard inquiries are anytime a lender hits your credit, like anytime you apply for a loan, mortgage, credit card. Some lenders, like say American Express, if you get multiple cards, it's only gonna hit you once. It's always playing it by ear, so you always want to do your research before you do that. But hard inquiries, those are low impacts to your credit score, so it's not going to affect it that much. But say you don't want to have more than 2 in the last 2 years. Once you get above that 2 range, you'll be in the fair category. This is coming from Credit Karma. You can look at this. You'll be in the fair category once you get above that 2. Once you get above 4, then you'll be in the needs work. So you don't want to have more than 2 in the 2-year time frame, because they stay on your report for 2 years. The good thing about that is once you get that on there, your score usually goes up within that 3 months if you use your credit right. But you don't want to have so many of those because they stay on your credit report for 2 years. So no more than 2. Moving on from hard inquiries, we are moving to credit age. I'm not going to talk about that now because this is how to build credit. But credit age has a lot to do with that. That's a media impact. Basically the age of your credit. So say, for example, I wouldn't even recommend canceling credit cards, but you don't want to ever cancel your first credit card because that's your oldest credit age. Credit age goes from your first to your newest credit you apply for, and then like that average is up. So say you apply for something 5 years ago, and then you apply for something now, your credit age is not going to be 5. It's going to be like 2.5. It's going to be in the middle of that because you just applied for something. So your credit age dropped a little bit because you have new credit. That's why it's also great to apply for credit at the same time. You don't want to have big gaps into it. So that's that. Moving from credit age. Derogatory marks. So derogatory marks you should have 0 of these, but these are marks like if you have any bankruptcy. Say you didn't pay like your credit card or anything and you left a balance and then they reported to like a collection agency, that's derogatory marks. You don't want those on your credit because they can stay there 7 to 10 years, and they also can harm you from getting like a mortgage, a loan. Say you want to buy a house in the future, that can stay on your credit for 7 to 10 years. So you don't want anything like that. One derogatory mark will put you in a fair range, so you just don't need any at all. So like that should be always 0. Like we don't want none of that. Credit card usage, we talked about that already. Keeping that in I would say honestly keep it under 8%. If you want to have 800 or higher, you have to be better than the company's average. So honestly, 10 to 29 is good range, but we want to be excellent for everything. So the excellent range is 0 to 9%. So we want to keep it in that category. I would say if you're starting your credit and you got a secure card, then you can probably try to keep it under that 30% because I know y'all have that $200 deposit. But anything like if you have a regular credit card, you have a few credit cards, keep it under 9%. Like, and you can even go lower than that, 3%. I've seen people have 2%. So keep it low. Like, don't go above 9%. And then payment history, we always want to make sure that's 100%. Any late payments or any of that, that's going to always that's going to have you under a 1. So one late payment is going to put you in it's going to put you in a good range. But it goes by 30 to 60 days. So if you go after 90 days, it can be a charge off and it's going to be sent to the collection agency. That's when you get those marks on your credit because that can harm you for 7 years. Some people can dispute those. I don't know if it's a derogatory mark. It might be something else. I think those marks are like mainly bankruptcy and all that. But in general, you don't want no late payments. Like, just take that off. And then this is for I would say the elites, but total account. So you want to have a variety of different credit accounts, not just credit cards, mortgages, loans, car loans, personal loans, any type of credit. You want to have that on your profile. Having different credits shows you that you're responsible for your credit, so you can be approved for different loans or different credit cards, because that credit card agency will see that you have different things on your credit profile and they're going to approve you as long as you're following the guidelines, like making on-time payments. And I wouldn't just say on time, making early payments. I make 2 payments a month. I don't ever make it on the due date. I make it before the due date, and it's always the statement balance or more. So doing stuff like that makes you stand out. That's why I have the certain cards I have at this age. People be like, oh no, it's not hard, you can do it. So credit age, credit card use, no derogatory marks, like none at all. Like all that should be excellent because you should have none. Credit age, that comes within time, that comes within age. So eventually when you come into the 10 plus, that means you'll be in an excellent range. So those two, credit age and total accounts, I don't like being minimum, but those can be in the little fair range because you're still new. So they're going to be in the fair or needs work range. Mine says need works right now for total account because I'm young. And then hard inquiries. We talked about that already, but try to have no more than 2. Once you get more than 2 within the 2 years, you're going to be in the fair range. But these vary because this can be with TransUnion, Equifax, or Experian. So those are 3 different bureaus, and they're totally different. You have a different score for each one of them. So you can have 1 hard inquiry for TransUnion and then 0 for Equifax. So we just want to have it under the 2 or even under 1, because once you start getting more, then it's like, okay, you are just applying for credit cards within under 6 months, etc. Like that's not responsible with your credit. You're not going to build that way. But that is going to be it. This is a short video of the series. I'm going to have more videos, but if you didn't watch already, make sure you watch the how to start credit video. That video and this video are 2 separate videos. You want to watch that video first and then come to this video, because this is for people that already started their credit. That video is for people that have no credit. So we want to make sure you watch that video first. It's going to be right here. And I will see y'all in the next video. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. And subscribe for more content and join the channel.